Hare Krishna. I'd like to welcome all the devotees here to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir for our Sunday feast program on this auspicious day, the ceremony of Chandan Yatra that is going on. Today Gopalji is dressed as Makhan Chor. People have different kind of attires and outfits, but nobody calls themselves as Chor. It's a robber's, outfit or things like that. But Krishna is so all attractive that anything in relation to him also becomes glorious. Nothing can pull him down, but rather everybody and everything gets uplifted with him. So I thought of devotees as per their blessings and suggestions. Keeping in the mood of the darshan that is there up there, I'll speak something about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, especially his butter stealing pastimes. आज हम चोर के बारे में चर्चा करेंगे. चोर और चोरी के बारे में चर्चा की जाएगी. So basically, before we could dive into it and take some lessons with us from these beautiful, sweet pastimes of Krishna and Vrindavan, actually the quintessence of everything that everyone is trying to do, whether in the material world or in the spiritual realm, is simply for one purpose. People want to get absorbed. And they're trying to find absorption in various things related to the senses. But the problem is the material sense objects doesn't have the capacity to retain the absorption of a spirit soul which has an experience of interacting with Krishna. And therefore the result that happens is oftentimes we get dissatisfied. So dissatisfaction is the hallmark of material world. As long as we are trying to figure out things independent of Krishna, we keep finding this kind of experience time and again. So dissatisfaction, lack of absorption is what becomes responsible for a living entity's unhappiness in this material world. Because what is happiness? Happiness is basically that when the mind is absorbed in something, that's when actually it experiences happiness. But in the material world, it's very rare to find somebody even absorbed in things unrelated to Krishna. Absorption is becoming rare. So that's the disease of the conditioned soul. Srimad Bhagavatam explains, Etad hiyatur chittanam matra sparshicchaya mahu bhava sindhu plavo drishto haricharyanu varnanam. That the living entity in this material world is disturbed. Atur chittanam, it is explained. The chitta, the mind is extremely dissatisfied. Why? Matra isparshicchayamuhu, because of certain kind of desires that the mind is harboring. Mind is harboring these desires of bringing the sense objects in touch with the senses. Matra is the senses, sparsha is contact, ichchaya is desire, mohu is constantly. This constant desire that the mind is throwing upon us for bringing the senses in touch with the sense objects is, Bhagavatam is saying that because of that there is atur chittanam, the mind is always in distress. For some of you who come regularly for Sunday feast programs, so when you're coming from the hot sun, you're hoping, let me get a seat right below the blowers. Matra sparshicchaya, the desire of nice, cooling touch. And sometimes it can be very difficult to hear katha in such a comfortable environment, right? Already there is so much distress outside. You come in a comfortable environment, there is nice ambience, nobody's talking, nobody's disturbing, and you can find a corner peacefully near a pillar, behind a seat somewhere, right? So, atur chittan, the mind is constantly in anxiety. And Bombay, you don't need many examples. You go to any station at any point of the day. Somehow it has become a habit in Bombay for people to run after trains, even if they're empty. Even if they're empty, even if there is no rush hours, train aaya, bhago. I was like standing one day on this, Grand Road station. It was like an afternoon time. Train was actually empty. But as soon as train slows down, people start running. And maximum people in first class, they run because options are less. So they run faster. Somehow it has become our habit in Bombay to run. And when the train is coming, the mind is an atur chittanam. He's thinking whether I will get a seat or not. So when the train is crowded, you are thinking whether I'll be able to stand erect. That's the expectation. Seedha khada ho sakta hu kya? Right? Otherwise, Bombay walas can do any kind of asana also. Right? They can easily follow Ramdev ji. It's easy to bend and this and that. One day I was shocked actually. It was rush hours. I was coming back from some program in the morning hours, and one guy was not only just standing, he was sleeping and standing. He was peacefully sleeping. I don't know what kind of, he had kind of a sling which he hooked on to that handle on which you hold. Usme usne latkaya, and then you kind of give your support so that you don't trip over. Usme latak ke so gaya wo. I was like, wow, he's such a peaceful soul, Like Brahman realized, na shochati, na kangshati. So atur chitta namdi, actually, in life, we suffer more in imagination than reality. I'll repeat this statement. We suffer more in imagination than reality. Because 95% of the things which you worry about never happen. But that worry, this is how material nature keeps you on the toes by making you worrisome. The mind is like that, and mind is not so easy to control. Mind is very difficult to control. One day, one sadhu was giving classes, so he had a couple of his students, and one of the young students, he was attending his classes every day, and sadhu would tell them every day that in order to advance in spiritual life, you should control your mind, control your mind, control your mind. So one of the boys got frustrated. Young boys generally don't understand that they have a problem. So once you get beaten up a little bit, you're like, there's some problem somewhere. So this gentleman got little exasperated. So he kind of went and confronted the sadhu. He said, Guruji, you always keep teaching us about control the mind, control the mind, control the mind. Kuch aur hai batane ko? Ho gaya mera mind control. Aage batao kuch. So the sadhu looked compassionately at the child, at this boy, and he said, okay, tomorrow I'll give you new instructions. So till that time, you have to do one assignment, last assignment. Till the time you come tomorrow evening, don't think of the red-faced monkey. What are you thinking right now? Red-faced monkey. So he said, don't think of the red-faced monkey. I said, yeah, done deal. Okay, don't think of the red-faced monkey. And then whole day, 24 hours, it was like red-faced monkey right staring in his face. And see, you cannot do anything to drive out a thought from your system. You cannot do anything. You need Krishna's help. That's why he's saying, Sarvasya chamirti sannivishtu matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Even to forget, you need help. So that means system is totally beyond your control. Yaad nahi aata hai, bhula bhi nahi paate, so many things. So this person was not able to forget the red-faced monkey. So next day he came to his guru and he was a little humbled. He said, I'm so sorry, I misunderstood. I was not able to not remember red-faced monkey. So the sadhu said, okay, sit down here now. Now for next 10 minutes, just think of the red-faced monkey. Oh, that also he could not do. As soon as he was told to just think of the red-faced monkey, even that was not possible. And the sadhu told him that, my dear child, my dear student, there is something inside of you which is not with you. Right? There is something inside of you which is not with you. And then people come with this classical, excuse. People say, ये धर्म वरम, ये सब आध्यात्म की बातें सब बुढ़ापे में करेंगे. It is like saying, I was, one boy from IIT was arguing with me like that. Why we have to do this now? Let us enjoy now. We'll do it in old age. Manaka, there's no problem. I said, if you just answer me one question. He said, when you go to the hostel today evening, not evening actually, they sleep in the morning basically. Generally, वो 2 बजे सोना चालू करते हैं. So one day he asked, one of the IIT boys asked me, sir, आप कितने बजे उठते हैं सुबह को? तो मैंने कहा 4, 4:30 उठते हैं. तो कह रहा आधी रात को क्या उठ के करते हैं आप? मैंने कहा बेटा आधी रात नहीं है, तू सुबह को सोता है. प्रॉब्लम वो है, जब जागना चाहिए तब सो जाता है. So I asked this boy, he said, if you go to your room today and before you go to bed, before you're about to sleep, a nice, smooth, 6 feet long, 3 inches mota, smooth, blackish cobra slithers into your room, will you sleep peacefully? बोर्ड लगा के तू इधर मैं इधर, कल सुबह मिलेंगे, शांति बनाए रखें, बीच में चौक खींच देंगे, तेरा वो पाला मेरा इधर पाला, सोएंगे आप? He said, no, my whole hostel will be on the head, we want to kill him immediately. He said, exactly, as soon as you see a danger you want to take, measures immediately. So therefore Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram acharit pragyo. By the time you start figuring out that there is some problem with my system, start making some choices so that you get out of the problem. Don't delay it. You don't delay cancer cells, they will eat you up internally. We can't delay taking shelter of Krishna because death can strike us any moment. Death can strike us, so many other kind of problems can happen. So Prahlad Maharaj, like yesterday was Narsingh Chaturdashi, he's suggesting, begin when you're just 5 years old. So then I told him, you're already 15 years late, don't delay it further. You're already 20 years. But basically the idea is the living entity suffers in this world because of this one problem. Atur chitta. Because of this constant desires. And living entity cannot be desireless also. But those desires need to be replaced. And that's why Krishna appears time and again to manifest his sweet pastimes so that we have something positive to think about. And generally, children are very, very attractive and people don't generally find faults with what children do. Correct, no? Like yesterday, Vrajbihari Prabhu was giving class and he was giving example of how one child was asked by his parents in front of brahmacharis. That happens sometimes when you go visit some home. So the parents want the child to sing Narsingh Arti in front of brahmacharis. And that is one time they never think. When they are asked to sing, they will never sing. And instead this child started singing some Bollywood song, right? So then parents try to rush it, rub it aside. Okay, no, he's very innocent, he's very this, that, right? So when children do something, it is taken very, very, the guards are let down and you can actually appreciate. So Krishna, understanding the mindset of people, conditioned souls also, the soft corner, Krishna is one of those incarnations who performs childhood pastimes. Narsingdev, there is no childhood pastime. Straight action. He straight appears in the battlefield only, chalo, right? Like yesterday Baldev Prabhu was saying, guest appearance, He just comes, performs the first gastrointestinal surgery and then he leaves. Dr. Narsingdev, right? He just leaves. Lord Ram, he also does not perform. There are not many childhood pastimes which are mentioned in Ramayana, right? There are not many childhood pastimes. Ram was a very, very, obedient kind of mama's boy. It's like very obedient. You'll never hear that Ram stole chapati from Bharat's plate or something like that. Very simple, straight, Maryada Purushottam, mummy ne jo bola karne ka, ekdam straight. So those things also you listen to it, but it's like, okay, your mind doesn't get entangled. See, for the mind to get entangled or anything to get entangled, it has to interact with a hook. A hook is twisted. Similarly, Krishna's pastimes are a little twisted. They confuse you. So especially his childhood pastimes, they are very, very attractive, at the same time very confusing. Here is someone from whom fear personified is fearful, and he stands in front of his mother Yashoda trembling out of fear, like a leaf in a rainy season. So it confuses the conditioned souls. What is this happening? Let me try and understand. So, thinking like this, Vyasadeva also actually compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? When Vyasadeva already compiled the various Puranas and Upanishads, he was very dissatisfied. At that time, Narad Muni told him that your reason for dissatisfaction is that you have not exclusively and sufficiently glorified Krishna. So at that time, he re-edited Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bhagavatam is basically glorification of Krishna and his devotees and his pastimes. So our Vyasadeva ji is thinking, anartho pashamam sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje lokasya janato vidvam chakre satvata samhita. That anartho pashamam sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje. When people actually forgot that the real purpose of life is bhakti, to adhokshaja, one who cannot be described by any combination of letters between a to ksha, he is called adhokshaja. Such a personality who cannot be described just by formation of words. The purpose of life is to actually dedicate one's heart, one's devotion to him. When people forget this, bhakti yogam adhokshaje lokasya ajanato vidvams. People forget this. At that time, Vyasadeva gave this chakre satvata samhita. He gave Srimad Bhagavatam to teach people how to love Krishna. And you can love somebody only when you know about him. And you can know about him only when you hear about him. And that's why that was a genius of Srila Prabhupada, that when he made ISKCON, he actually created a facility where anybody who is part of ISKCON get to hear a lot about Krishna. Right? If you're part of the temple or you get to visit the temple daily, it's a morning Bhagavatam class. On Sundays, if you have a special holiday, Prabhupada started the Sunday feast program so that we can come and hear about Krishna, know him, and start falling in love with him. So, I'll just speak briefly for whatever time we have about Krishna's stealing butter pastimes. And because that's the darshan here, Makhan Chor, Krishna. So for the first day of Krishna's career as Makhan Chor, when it began, he has just begun to start standing up and walking. And he was, Bhagavatam says, he was somewhere around, not Bhagavatam, other scripture says, he was somewhere around 2.5 years old. So generally what age kids get up? What age do kids get up and start walking? Around 2? Okay. 2 years, yeah. So around 2.5, that's the age when Krishna starts getting up and walking. And Krishna is so expert in his pastimes, in his Leela Shakti, it's not like a drama that he's putting forth. He's actually relishing. Yanmarti lilopaikam soyoga maya balena darshayita grahitam. So he's saying that Krishna himself, some of his incarnations get bewildered upon seeing his pastimes because they're just so real. So when Krishna is getting up and trying to steal, he's exactly going through the emotions of like a normal child. At the same time, he's never covered by the modes. So Krishna gets up, walks into the room, and this is the opulence of Vrindavan. Anandandan Champu explains that the pillars were all inlaid with jewels. So Krishna goes inside a room and he sees his reflection in the jeweled pillar. And as soon as he sees his reflection, he becomes fearful. And he starts thinking, oh, I came stealing here, thought nobody will be around. But looks like Mother Yashoda has already posted some guards inside. And he started a dialogue with that reflection. Right? He said, don't worry, don't tell Mother Yashoda, I'll give you also something, don't worry about it, we'll have a common, kind of, मैं चुराऊंगा तुझे भी दूंगा, चिंता मत कर. And as Mother Yashoda is peeping, she's very careful mother, she's not like neglect her child, so she's always watchful where Krishna is crawling, where Krishna is moving around, because Krishna would do all kind of, for a mother it would be like a nightmare. So when Krishna had just begun to crawl, Krishna would actually crawl towards other ladies thinking that they are his mothers. But as soon as they will actually call out, he will understand that they are not his mothers and would run back to Yashoda and Rohini. This is how people would spend time in Vrindavan. Nothing complex. Once His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was telling some of the brahmacharis in GV, Govardhan Nikavir is the beautiful Goshala there, and Maharaj said, if you don't know how to milk cows, what will you do in Golok Vrindavan? Your engineering degree is not going to help you in Golok Vrindavan. You need to learn how to serve cows. Vrindavan is a very simple place. So Krishna is, one day he starts crawling. So every crawling child has this desire to stand up and see how the world looks like from 1 foot more above. Thoda sa aur uchai se world kaisa dikhta hai. So he wants to get up. So he's not finding a source from where he can get up. So he suddenly sees nearby him a calf is standing and his tail is hanging. So Krishna latches onto the tail of the calf, और उसको पकड़ के he kind of gets up. Now the calf was not informed that this is the thing that was happening with him. He was being used for some logistical purposes. So the calf gets scared and he starts running. And have you ever seen small children sitting on a merry-go-round or jhula? So when it goes fast, they hold the railing more tightly. See, everything comes from the Supreme Lord. Everything. All of our emotions, culture, everything descends from Goloka. So he's holding tightly. So when he starts running, Krishna also holds on to it tightly, wondering why the hell he's running so fast here. What did I do to make him run so fast? So he starts running, and they're running, and all the Braj Gopis are standing. This is happening inside the inner chambers, inner Angan of Nanda Maharaj. Bhagavatam says, this is the inner Angan of Nand Maharaj, and there are ladies working all around, and they all stop their work, start looking at this. And as Krishna is being dragged, being pulled by this calf, he's, Bhagavatam says, he's being clothed in four directions. Clothed in four directions means kuch nahi pehna hai. And he's being, in a mixture of brajraj and cow dung and cow urine, he's like rolling in that mud. And when the calf, finally a gopi comes and holds the calf, and somebody takes Krishna away, and then the whole thing stops. And this pastime actually leads to one of the names of Krishna, which is very famous, at least in North India I've heard a lot, Ghasita Ram. Right? Ghasita Ram, the one who was, Ghasitna matlab, it's like drag or pull somewhere. So Krishna, even his simple pastimes actually can be, it's actually a great hope for conditioned souls, because any of his simple pastimes and names can actually make us totally absorbed if we are endeavoring to do that. So the gopis would often complain to Yashoda Mai about Krishna's stealing, activities, although they loved it. They didn't wanted Krishna to stop doing it, but they also loved complaining about him. And it was very unbearable for Yashoda Mai to listen to all these complaints. Just imagine, if some padosi comes to your home and starts saying कि आपका जो देवता है वो हमारे घर में आके चोरी कर रहा है. It's like such a, it's like, क्या तुम समझते हो हम क्या अपने बच्चे का ख्याल नहीं रख सकते? So Yashoda Mai was in that mood. What do you think? My son has, less number of objects to enjoy in his home, that he will go to your home and steal all that stuff. But all the gopis would actually, give all kind of, complaints against Krishna. And the more they will complain, Krishna will do more mischievous things. So one fine day, there was always a competition between gopis and Krishna to, Krishna would try to avoid them and steal their butter, and gopis would always see how we can catch all these, cowherd boys. So one fine day, what happened? The gopis thought, Gopis Intelligence Bureau, whatever it was, they figured out that we never come to know when Krishna enters our storehouse to steal our butter. So if we come to know somehow, then we will catch him. What they did, so they covered the entire windows and the gates of the storehouse of their butter storage with bells. So as soon as Krishna would enter, the bells would ring, and we will come to know what has happened. So all the boys came outside the home and they saw this is a problem today. There's a security check here. Not only security check, there's a buzzer alarm also. We can be caught very easily. So Bandhu Mangal is saying, Krishna, what will happen today? Krishna said, no problem. When you are with Krishna, problems means more excitement. So don't worry, we'll do something interesting. So Krishna called upon for the demigods of bells. घंटी के देवता को बुलाया. अभी उसका नाम क्या है मेरे को पता नहीं, पर घंटी के देवता को बुलाया. And then he said, देखो, we are going for this surgical strike inside. आवाज नहीं होना चाहिए. Don't ring. Okay? He said, okay. So then all the whole battalion of the Gopas, they went inside. They made this pyramid. Krishna went up, and Krishna was about to, get this butter from that. What do you call it? Chika? Chika, right? In Hindi it's called chika. So there is a butter pot. We have seen, because I was born in a village, so I've seen that they will actually really hang it high above. And so they will climb up, and then Krishna just put his hand in the butter, right? Like the butter pots are hanging. So Krishna put his hand in the butter, and he will taste and then pass down. Right? That's how the system is. First he will taste, Janma sarthak kari kar parupkar. So Mahaprabhu also gave the same philosophy. So he took some butter in his hand, and this is butter from the cows of Vrindavan, who are so divinely protected, loved and cared for. So we can't even imagine the fragrance of this butter. It was not like any other brand which is available. So he just licked the butter, and as soon as he licked the butter, all the bells started ringing. And as soon as all the bells started ringing, all the gopis came to know who were working nearby that there is something happening inside. And all the gopas became terrified, so the whole pyramid just collapsed, and everybody started running. And they somehow ran away, and then everybody started scolding Krishna, "Ye kya plan tha tumhara? You said nothing will happen, but this, bells started ringing." So Krishna said, "Yeah, we have to take proper measures so that it doesn't happen in future. So he called for the demigods of bells. He said, "Idhar आओ, बजा कैसे?" तो जब बोला था ना बजने का नहीं, बजा कैसे तो? And he said, "My dear Lord, it was a confusion of instructions. What do I do? You gave instruction that don't ring when we are entering, but the scriptures are also saying that, which you have only given, that whenever Krishna is offered bhoga, bell should ring. So my dear Lord, as soon as you started eating, I had to ring. No, what do I do? One side Vedas are saying, one side you are saying, and both are your words only. Whom should I follow? Conflicting of instructions." Krishna said, okay, we'll take care in future, but you can be dismissed now. Another time, Krishna actually was trying to steal the butter, and the gopis came. And everybody ran through the ventilator, the ventilator, छोटा झरोका होता ना, उसमें से निकल के भाग गए, except one guy, Madhumangal. So Madhumangal is a little chubby Brahmana. So outside the Gopas were pulling him, and inside the Gopis were pulling him. So he got stuck in the jharoka. His, sweet, beautiful, effulgent belly got stuck in the jharoka. And the Gopis are pulling him, and the Gopas are pulling him, and these Gopas understood that we don't have much chances because, it could be a lethal damage to his belly. So they let him go, so the Gopis caught him. And for the Gopis, it was like, first time they got a live, culprit, right? Gawah plus mujrim, right? Both criminal plus evident, them? And so the Gopis, they surrounded this Brahmana boy. And the Gopis are very simple lady. So they said, we have to punish this fellow. So they took him to a nearby place outside the house, and there was a nice tree. And they said, we have to give him such a punishment that he will inform everybody else, nobody will ever dare steal any butter henceforward. So Gopis, I don't know what mood they were in, they thought, let's tie his shikha to a rope. So they tied his shikha to a rope and put the rope over the branch of the tree. And they started pulling him. So whenever Madhumangal will leave the ground, it kind of hurts. One time I was coming from Mankhurd station after BRC program in the morning, lot of rush, and I was standing matlab different yoga postures, different. And then suddenly I felt that somebody was pulling my head. And I was like, sir kaun khich raha hai mera? And I just looked behind, and what has happened was, this person was wearing this full shirt with those cufflinks, these buttons, which has this kind of big thing, and it has got entangled in my shikha. And he was pulling hard. उसको भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा कहाँ फंस गया मेरा हाथ. So he was becoming scared. पता नहीं आज कहाँ हाथ फंस गया. And he was not able to see कहाँ हाथ फंस गया. And the station was about to come, panicky situation. And if you're not at the right time, at the right place, at the right angle for getting down on the train, you can be drifted away to the next. Right? I can tell you so many stories about my own endeavor, accidents in the train and everything. Not accidents, but experience. So then finally he kind of figured out that ये महाराज की शिखा में अटक गया है. That was also a culture shock for him. ऐसा कभी उसके साथ हुआ नहीं था कि कहीं पे बटन ऐसा अटक गया. And he shouted at me, महाराज इतनी बड़ी शिखा लेके क्यों घूम रहे हो? And I was like it was not intentional that I want to trouble you or anything. So Madhumangal is tied with his shikha, and Gopis are actually pulling. And whenever his feet would leave the ground, he will give out a shout, Krishna! So Krishna from a distance is hearing this intermittent kirtan of his name. बीच-बीच में से Krishna Krishna की आवाज आ रही है. So Krishna comes to the spot. He said, oh my God, this is pathetic yaar. This friend is really suffering. So he went up to the Gopis, and the Gopis is a very simple lady. So he said, you have done a big offense today. He said, what did we do? And this is like Gopis is standing, Krishna is standing, Madhumangal in between. So Madhumangal is looking at Krishna and the Gopis. And Krishna is saying, today you have offended a Brahmana. And the Madhumangal is going, yes, you offended a Brahmana. And you will actually suffer for this reaction. And he's saying, yes. So the Gopis became very fearful. He said, oh, so what do you think we should do? And Krishna said, Brahmana, if you want to please Brahmana, Brahmanam bhojanam priyam. And Madhumangal is going, yes, Brahmanam bhojanam priyam. Correct. And then he says, so if you give nice laddus to Madhumangal, he will give you blessing and you will be absolved of this reaction. So the Gopis immediately ran to their homes and brought a huge pile of laddus. Madhumangal was satisfied, gave a lot of blessings to the gopis and went away, right? So this simple pastimes Krishna is performing in Vrindavan, not because Madhumangal is hungry for laddus, not that Krishna is hungry of butter, Golok mein kam pad gaya, yahan pe kha rahe hain. No, he's performing all these pastimes so that eons later, conditioned soul will have a reason to get absorbed in Krishna. So in this way, Bhagavatam is saying various beautiful pastimes. So I'll briefly discuss whatever time we have now of this Krishna's another very famous pastime of Krishna stealing butter. Of that is Damodar Leela. So this is explained that how this is the day of Diwali, and Mother Yashoda is performing very personal services to Krishna. Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Ekada grihadasishu Yashoda Nanda Gehini. Ekada grihadasishu Yashoda Nanda Gehini. Karmantara Nayuktashu Nirmamantha Swayam Dadi. So he's explaining that one fine day, Ekada, one fine day, what has happened? That all these servants in the house of Nanda Maharaj were very busy. Yashoda Nanda Gehini, Yashoda Mai, who was the mistress, the chief queen of Nanda Bhavan, she had many servants, but all these servants were very busy. Karma antara niyuktashu nirmamantha swayam dadi. And because of that, Yashoda Mai personally took up the responsibility of churning butter for her darling son, Krishna. Now please understand, see, love means to serve. Love is not just about words, right? I love you, but then I don't do anything for you. No. Love is expressed through service. Love is expressed through sacrifice. If a mother loves the child, she takes all the troubles to take care of the child. Right? Today morning, Krishna Chandra was explaining this class about it. He gave this example of mothers taking care of children. It's a thankless task. But when a mother has to express her love, how does she do it? By doing something special for her child. So Mother Yashoda is thinking, I'm getting all these kind of remarks from all these gopis that your son is a butter thief, son is a butter thief, son is a butter thief. Let me give him such a nice preparation that he forgets stealing. And thinking like that, Yashoda Mai is going all the way to make all kind of arrangements to give first class butter to Krishna. So Mother Nanda Maharaj had 9 lakh cows, right? And in 9 lakh cows, out of the 9 lakh cows, few cows were selected which were the best. And these cows were given a special kind of grass called Padma Gandha. Even the grass had the fragrance of lotus flowers, right? And this grass was fed to these cows, and the milk from these cows was then fed to a set of few more cows, like 8 cows out of them. And the milk from these cows was used as the raw material for preparing butter and other milk products for Krishna. So the attention to details is a sign of love. So Mother Yashoda was taking all these efforts to, make this preparation for Krishna. And as in the early morning hours, she performs her morning duties and she comes to churn butter. And as she is churning butter, it is said, Shukadeva Goswami is remembering, what is she doing as she is churning butter? She is not like throwing instructions at all the other servants or, cursing, counter cursing, क्या ये लड़का चोर पैदा हो गया मेरे घर में, इसकी वजह से सुबह सुबह दही मत हो, ये करो वो करो. No. What is she doing? यानि यानि ह गीतानि तद्बाल चरितानि च दधि निर्मंथने काले स्मरन्ति तान्य गायता. So as she is churning butter, to get butter, she is reciting Krishna's pastimes. She's remembering Krishna's pastimes and getting totally absorbed. Similar kind of instruction Krishna gives. Sometimes people have this notion that I have my work life and I have my spiritual life. And that's where absorption becomes difficult. We cannot drop, like sometimes people ask this question, how do I balance work-life balance? How do I balance the two things? But the interesting thing is, it's not about work-life balance, it's about work-life integration. They need not be two different things. They need to support each other. And Mother Yashoda is showing by her example that how even while performing her seva, she was totally absorbed in Krishna. Krishna tells Arjuna in the Gita also, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhaya cha. Mai arpita mano buddhir mame veshyatya samshaya. That while you are working, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhaya cha. Remember me and fight. You don't have to give up remembering Krishna and just keep working, and you don't even have to give up working to keep remembering Krishna. Both can happen parallelly. Both has to happen parallelly in order to it become sustainable. So we have to integrate, spiritual remembrance in one's life. So she is very laboriously working hard, and when somebody is working so hard and so absorbed, it naturally attracts Krishna's attention. So Krishna is lying down on a soft bed, and it is said, Shastra says that the bed, the foam, the mattress on the bed was more whiter even than powdered camphor. So that is the opulence of Nanda Bhavan. So he is lying down, and as soon as he hears Mother Yashoda calling out in this manner, Krishna wakes up, and Krishna climbs down his bed. And how do small children climb down from the bed? How do they climb down from the bed? Pet ke bal. They turn around and then they try to touch their feet down. So Krishna gets down like that. The one because of whom the whole universes exist, float, move around. He is performing this sweet pastime just to churn the heart of Brajavasis, and especially Yashoda Mai, and personally to experience the love of his devotees. So Krishna is controlled only by one thing, right? Bhakta Vakshata. He is controlled by the love of his devotees. So he gets down and he runs up to Mother Yashoda. And as soon as he runs up to Mother Yashoda, what does he want Mother Yashoda to do? He wants Mother Yashoda to stop churning butter, stop churning this milk, and give attention to him. Right? Krishna is very concerned about, right? Maam ekam sharanam raja. Only me, right? That is for our benefit. He is not egomaniac. That's for our benefit. So Krishna is now Krishna is a small child. He has to make Mother Yashoda stop churning. What he should do so that Mother Yashoda stops churning? Please suggest what he should do so that Mother Yashoda stops churning. Cry? Okay. What else? What could be other possibilities that Mother Yashoda stops churning? What should Krishna do? Krishna is hardly, 3 years old at that time. Some mischief. कुछ ज़्यादा फोड़ा फाड़ी करने का तो रुक जाने का. What else? Ask for milk. Send an email to Mother. WhatsApp message. Mother Yashoda hungry. And the tears wala emoji. Ma daya karo. Right? Now Krishna is very smart. He just did it in one shot. Because if he starts speaking, Mother Yashoda may still continue to churn. If he does some mischief, Mother Yashoda may send somebody else to take care of him. So what she has to do? He went and held the churning rod itself. He says, "Sara mudda idhar se hi hai. Ise pakad lo." Krishna focuses on the essence. So when your life is in trouble, Krishna is watching. He will hold the right buttons in your life. He will hold and stop you from churning internally. Krishna is like that. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, Krishna believes in that. "Saw sunar ki, ek luhar ki." So Krishna will hold, remove the the bedrock of material existence by taking us to the spiritual world. So Yashoda Mai immediately pays attention to Krishna, and he understands by his eyes he's communicating to Mother Yashoda. And mothers understand the language of the non-verbal communication. Mothers are most expert. बच्चा क्यों रो रहा है वो उनको समझ में आ जाता है. ऐसी ढोंग कर रहा है या वाकई भूखा है या अटेंशन सीख कर रहा है, they understand immediately. So Mother Yashoda immediately takes Krishna in her lap, and he starts drinking her milk. And it is explained in the Shastra that Mother Yashoda's milk was flowing like torrential rains during the monsoon cloud, and Krishna was like the Chataka bird just drinking. Both were inexhaustible. Mother Yashoda's capacity to give milk to Krishna because of her Vatsalya, and Krishna's capacity to digest that milk because he is the connoisseur of love, was unlimited, inexhaustible. Right? So in the meantime, somebody became insecure in Vrindavan. So Krishna, as Yashoda Mai was making Krishna drink her milk, at a distance she saw that on one of the stoves, the milk was boiling. And the spiritual world, everything is conscious. And it's not very difficult to understand that how everything can be conscious. Because I remember when we used to read these comic books in childhood, Champak, Chanda Mama, all that, right? All of you have read? या जन्म से गीता पढ़ रहे नहीं ना हो सकता है कोई ऐसे विद्वान लोग भी हो सकते हैं मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ बट द पॉइंट इज आई यूज्ड टू रीड चंपक एंड चंदा मामा सो यू रिमेंबर दैट इन दैट comic book there will be a bus with eyes and face and bus will also speak, chair will also speak, table will also speak. Actually, where does that tendency come from? Because in the spiritual everything is conscious. The jiva has that inherent expectation of reciprocation from everything that it comes across, because that's what we have been accustomed to in the spiritual world. So this milk starts boiling over and the milk is thinking, oh, Mother Yashoda is making Krishna drink her milk. Krishna is drinking. Both of them can go on continue eternally. So what is my use? Therefore, let me commit suicide. Right? Suicidal ideations milk was getting in Vrindavan. So as soon as the milk started boiling over, it wanted to spill into fire and commit कि मेरी कोई जरूरत ही नहीं मैं जा रहा हूँ यहाँ से. Right? Many times we have this feeling, I am not good for anything, I have no self-worth, I am useless, dharti ka boj, let me go to Vasai Creek. Right? People sometimes have these kind of ideations. But this is the beauty of a spiritual life. Mother Yashoda was totally absorbed in Krishna, but when she saw the milk boiling over, someone in distress, she ran over to that milk pot, took that milk pot, kept it below. She didn't want that the milk's opportunity of serving Krishna be taken away from him, subtly. So Mother Yashoda took care of the milk. So nobody can be insecure in the spiritual life because there are devotees who are always there to take care, listen to their problems and make them feel valued and wanted. So, but Krishna being, kind of hungry for love, he was, in his own childhood way, he was very, very angry. And Shukdev Goswami is saying, giving a very beautiful description of how his lips became, they were quivering and his eyes were red, and he's thought of that because of this milk my mother neglected me. Abhi main kuch aisa karunga ki dekhta hu. So he's thinking, what should I do? So he's thinking, ये सब problem है, milk, butter इसी की वजह से हो रहा है सब. So let me just break this pot. Child, he just thinks of what is there. So once Radha Govind Maharaj was saying and he was explaining, it is said Krishna picked up a stone to break the pot. Actually, if I recollect properly, the word that is used is Shilaputra. Shilaputra means a small pebble. Shila is a big stone. Shilaputra means chota wala pebble. Chota sa stone. So Radha Govind Maharaj is giving a gloss on it. He said, how can there be stones in Yashoda Mai's home? Like even in your home, there are not stones lying somewhere in a drawing room. Patthar pade yahan pe. So this is Nand Maharaj Bhavan. Where will be stones? So Radha Govind Maharaj is saying that actually Krishna just saw in a corner an emerald lying. Emerald samajhte? Emerald. What do you call it in Hindi? Huh? हाँ हीरे का बाप प्रभु जी बोल रहे हैं हीरे का बाप राइट दैट्स एमरल्ड ग्रीन काइंड ऑफ जूल ऐसा कोने में पड़ा था पन्ना ओके पन्ना so that was lying in the corner, so Krishna just picked it up and used it to break the pot. So this is the opulence of Vrindavan, right? And Krishna then takes something. So what is Krishna expecting? That he doesn't want to get caught. पकड़ना नहीं जाना चाहिए. अभी इतना बड़ा गड़बड़ किया है तो डर भी लग रहा है अभी कि माँ आएगी और फिर तो बजा ही बजा सुबह त्योहार के दिन पटाखे शाम को पहले मैं ही बजूंगा यहाँ पे. So Krishna is very fearful. So what he's thinking, he said no, evidence should be left. So he thinks as soon as he breaks the pot, and he's so intelligent, he doesn't break the pot from the top, he breaks it from the below. नीचे से मारा. Why? Why does he hit the stone at the bottom? This is how our mind should be absorbed in Krishna Katha. ये नीचे से क्यों फोड़ा, ऊपर से क्यों नहीं फोड़ा? Not that why he read the message and he did not reply, blue tick तो हो गया है करके. We get so much worried about all those stupid things. So, Krishna took that stone and hit it at the base of the pot so that it doesn't make noise. Without going to school, he knew physics. He's the source of physics. So, नीचे से मारूंगा ना, आवाज नहीं होगा. So, नीचे से मारा और ज़्यादा डैमेज भी वहीं से होने वाला है. दूध सब निकल जाएगा. So, when the whole pool is created in front of him, so now he's feeling, if I have to go across, how do I do? So, Krishna wants to jump across this little puddle of buttermilk and milk, half churned yogurt that is created in front of him, and he wants to jump over. देखा बच्चे jump over करते हैं. So he takes little paces back and he wants to run up and jump over. So he takes full mighty strength, he runs over and tries to jump, but is not able to jump totally. So बीच में आके छपाक, right in the middle of the puddle, he lands. And he said, oh my God, अभी क्या करेंगे? But anyways, he just runs over, he somehow unbolts another room, because अभी यहाँ पे रहा तो गड़बड़ होगा. So he unbolts another room, goes inside, and there ghee is kept, makhan is kept, all that stuff. And he said, let me create more mischief. So he takes all this makhan and ghee and starts splashing on the walls. Right? These things are not supposed to be imitated. Ghee काफी महंगा है. अभी मत करना. Right? पता चला हम भी भगवान की तरह, चलो हम भी चालू करते. Right? People want to imitate God, you can tell them, do this in your home first. इतना है क्या हिम्मत कि घी ऐसा आपने डाला उसके ऊपर. So घी वगैरह डाल के सब बिखेर के, and he went into the courtyard now. So this was veranda, another room, and then the courtyard. And Mother Yashoda came back expecting the child to be around, just playing with some dirt around here and then, and she sees this mess. And naturally, like any other mother, what will happen? First the anger shot up. Like, तमीज नहीं है, ये क्या किया? At the same time, she starts smiling. She says, see, look at my son, he's so intelligent. After doing the mischief, he's not around. भाग गया देख कहीं तो, बड़ा शातिर है. So her affection was more prominent in her mind than what she possessed. She treated, as it is said that things are supposed to be used and people are supposed to be loved, but in this world, things are loved and people are used, like that. So for Mother Yashoda, her affection for Krishna was so deep. She sees that mess. Imagine her hard work. Padma Gandha, milk, wo, phalana dimkana, my God, so much. And then, Krishna has done this kind of mischief and ran away. So Mother Yashoda thinks, now I have to teach him some lesson. So basically when she's looking around, an Akashvani happens. An Akashvani happens and she tells Mother Yashoda that in a very cryptic manner, that what exactly has happened, that your son has broken this pot and he has ran away. And Mother Yashoda understands, and once Radha Govind Maharaj was saying that चोर की 100 आंखें होती हैं और पकड़ने वाले की सिर्फ 2. So Krishna was looking around from where Mother Yashoda was coming, and it is said his eyes were darting from his ear to the nose. It's like 360-degree view. Right? That's where it comes from. So Krishna's eyes are darting, is very fearful. At the same time, he had some Purana Udhar which had to be paid off. So he was busy in that Purana Udhar, because when he came as Lord Ram, he took so much seva from the monkeys but could not reciprocate. So here the monkeys were on retreat with Krishna. So Krishna was feeding butter to the monkeys, ghee to the monkeys, and the monkeys were all happily, making all kind of noises and sound. So Yashoda Mai then started, he said, I have to teach them a lesson. So she takes a stick and covers it with a cloth. You say, ज़्यादा भयभीत ना हो जाए, दूर से देख के भागा तो फिर. So she covers with the cloth and she unbolts the door and very tiptoeing. So how does she figure out which direction Krishna has gone? The buttery footprints. And there was another reason. From one direction, effulgence was coming. So Krishna's body is naturally effulgent. He doesn't need ornaments. So his body is naturally effulgent. So there's effulgence coming, and there is this, Krishna's body has this fragrance of aguru and various kinds of other mixtures. So that fragrance is coming, and these buttery footprints are the live evidence. Idhar hi gaya hai ye. And then she enters the storeroom and she sees the mess there. My God, all the walls are covered with ghee, makhan, and everything, and it was not a decoration. It was a total waste of so much resources. And then Yashodama is tiptoeing, and she walks right behind Krishna, where he's sitting on a wooden grinding mortar. Now this is confusing, right? When you do some mischief, you want to hide somewhere. You don't go and sit in courtyard on top of a wooden grinding mortar, मतलब visible सबको. You're supposed to go somewhere behind the pot, somewhere behind the room, behind a curtain, somewhere and hide. But Krishna's pastimes are like that, they hook you. He wants to hide from his mother, and the hiding place he finds is on top of a wooden grinding mortar in the center of a courtyard, where everybody is visible. So first, the monkeys get darshan of Yashoda Mai. So as soon as monkey get darshan of Yashoda Mai, their emoji changes. From smile and tears because of a smile, they become apprehensive and they start making all kind of sounds. And then Krishna, as he's feeding, he realizes कि पीछे खतरा है. So he doesn't turn around immediately. He just looks very slowly over his shoulder. क्योंकि immediately भागेगा तो लगेगा कि चोर है. Right? He's the culprit. As soon as you see police and you start running, means police understand he has to be caught. Right? So Yashoda Mai comes with a stick in her hand, and then Krishna realizes, he sees the stick from a distance, from like a side angle, and he says, today is a big trouble. I need to run. So he jumps down and he starts running. And it is explained, it is said yogis are meditating on this chase. That personality who cannot be caught by yogis by eons of perfected meditations is now running away from this simple gopi of Vrindavan. That's love. That's affection. That's the bhakti because of which Krishna gets bound. So Mother Yashoda is, running, and if something which was difficult even for the yogis to express. Now, this pastime is being witnessed by one more lady. Our acharyas explain. Who was she? Maharani Kunti. Because when later on Maharani Kunti would pray, she would actually remember this one pastime. When Krishna is leaving Hastinapur, so sweet. She has gone through so much, and Krishna is leaving from Hastinapur. Her heart is churning. So she, as a natural mother, Bua, she remembers Krishna as a small child. And she is remembering this pastime, how you were once caught by Mother Yashoda and bound. Because she might be visiting Nanda Maharaj on Diwali, ऐसा जाते हैं ना, घूमने के लिए जाते हैं. So she was there, so she is observing this pastime also. But nobody is interfering. क्या है? माँ बेटे का मामला है भैया, दूर रहो. जो भी इनका चलेगा बीच में. So Mother Yashoda is running, and as Mother Yashoda is running, all these flowers on her head start falling. And our acharyas explained why the flowers were falling from the braid of Yashoda Mai. The flowers got divided into two parties. One set of flowers were thinking, oh my God, what is this happening? Mother Yashoda is chasing Brahman, Supreme Brahman. We don't want to be a part of this offense. We don't want to be a part of this, kind of a mysterious kind of activity that is happening. We don't want to be held responsible. Like, tum bhi the pakadne mein Bhagwan ko. So they jumped. The other set of flowers were thinking, our Mother Yashoda is doing such a glorious deed. This fellow needs to be taught some lessons. Let us reduce her load. Because our presence might be adding some weight on her. So let us jump from her so that she can run swiftly. So in this way, as she's running, there is a shower of flowers that is happening. See, Vrindavan is super sweet. So as there's a shower of flowers that is happening, Yashoda Mai is running in great gusto towards, and she is little elderly at the time when Krishna is born. So she's little heavy set. So it was difficult for her to run. And Krishna is seeing that Mata thakne lagi hai. And the acharyas to go into great detail, they are saying that when Krishna looks behind, whenever he would look behind and run, he would get slowed down, so Yashoda Mai become very close. And then he would run looking forward in such places where Yashoda Mai could not enter. बच्चों को मालूम होता है उखल के पीछे से निकल जाने का, इधर घुस जाने का, उधर घुस जाने का. So he was running like that somehow to evade Mother Yashoda. So finally when Mother Yashoda is fatigued and perspiration started coming on her forehead, then Krishna said, बहुत हो गया, अभी रुकना पड़ेगा. So he gets caught. So Mother Yashoda catches, and Krishna begins to cry, looking at the stick. So Mother Yashoda is actually having a loving quarrel with Krishna, and she started saying in anger, she started saying, क्या किया तुमने ये, क्या मक्खन चोर, ये सब क्या लेके भागा? And Gopal Champu actually explains, Mother Yashoda says, he said, तुम्हारा सारा खानदानी चोरों का है. Your whole lineage is chore only. I don't know why she said that. If Nand Maharaj had any kind of background like that. But Gopal Champu said that. Then Mother Yashoda in anger says, whole lineage is like that. Like somebody was sharing a joke. He said once a child came after his school and he was very confused. He heard Darwin's theory. And first time he came to know that hum sab bandar se aaye. So he was very confused. So he approached his father. He said, Papa, they are saying we have come from monkeys. And father was busy in something. Yeah, we have come from monkeys only. No, what is the problem? He said, no, but we came from God. No, he said, no, we came from monkeys only. Whatever Darwin is saying is right. He was busy in something. So then he came to mother. Mother, I'm confused. You taught me that we all came from God. Papa is saying we came from monkeys. Who is right? Mummy said, beta, both are right. Mother side came from God, father side came from monkeys. So in an anger, you may say something which you don't mean. Yashodama is saying the whole lineage is like that. And then she's asking, so how did pot broke? If you're saying you didn't do it, how did pot broke? Bolo. And he's saying, the Lord broke somehow. And he said, no, actually not the Lord broke. When you ran to put that doodh off the stove, at that time your anklets only hit the pot and broke it. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है. मैं तो टूटे हुए बर्तन से खा रहा हूँ कुछ. मेरा क्या? बेचारा. मतलब अच्छा. My anklets broke the pot. Lord broke the pot. All these things you are making up, right? And who is feeding the monkeys? And Krishna is looking at her and says, one who made the monkeys is feeding the monkeys? What do I know? Right? He has made it, the providence, the Supreme Lord has sent the monkeys. He only is taking care of the monkeys. I'm not responsible. I'm just nimitta. I'm just feeding them. He's just using my hand to feed the monkeys. Right? So in this way, loving quarrel is happening. And Yashodamai starts saying, actually not feeding the monkeys, you are also monkey. Tu bhi bandar hai. And just to churn Yashodamai's heart, Krishna says, oh, I am monkey. So maybe then I should go to the forest, no? And live in the forest, if I'm monkey. And then Yashodamai becomes fearful. Oh my God, what if my son actually goes to forest? And then she throws the stick down so that pata nahi, bachcha natkhat hai, kya kar dega. And then he starts thinking, till this time she didn't had this thought that she has to bind Krishna. Shayad reprimandment se kaam chal jaye. But when he said, should I also go to the forest? Then she realized, my God, I'll be busy in so much household affairs. Diwali aa rahi hai, itna sab kuch karna hai. I have to bind him. Right? Mother Yashoda didn't had an iPad that she could have given, and the child could have played some, seen, what is that, Pokemon or whatever, this all kind of cartoon serials. So she said, we have to take care of something. So he has to be bound up. So Krishna, the same ukhal where Krishna was sitting, he said, I'll bind you to this ukhal only. So Krishna said, ठीक, बांधो, देखते. And then Yashoda Mai didn't want to hold him, so she just loosens her braid, and one of the what do you call it, string which is used to tie her hairs, she takes that and tries to ties it around his waist. But as she tries, the string is 2 fingers short. So she pulls another one, again that also is too short. And by this time, all the gopis, all the ladies around the house, because this is happening in kind of courtyard behind. So the boundary is there from where everybody can see what's happening in Yashodamai's home. So she's not able to tie. So all the gopis laughing and everything, they started getting all kind of these ropes which are used to tie the legs of the cows. That's the rope that is available. And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was once explaining in Kartik Yatra that he explained this pastime in such great detail, and he was saying how it actually became a festival of ropes. There are so many varieties and colors of ropes, and nobody was analyzing the issue. कैसे यार? इसमें ये जोड़ा, ये 2 अंगुल से लंबी है, उसके बाद फिर भी 2 अंगुल छोटी है. Everybody was enjoying what was happening. See, when you try to overanalyze life, you miss on the enjoyment part. I'm not saying we have blind faith, but don't be too skeptical also. you might miss it. Because there are certain things which are, limited intelligence cannot understand and cannot comprehend. They have to be experienced. Somebody came to me and said, you have been practicing Krishna consciousness for blah, blah years, so many things. Have you seen God? He said, I'm not sure about seeing God, but I've experienced Him. And I said, experiencing is more important than seeing Him, because Duryodhana also saw Him but did not understood. Bil Mangal Thakur experienced Him and he became a Mahabhagavat. So seeing Krishna is not important, experiencing Him is important. And you can experience Krishna when we have this quality of persistence, perseverance in our efforts to please Him and serve Him. So long story short, these 2 fingers too short represents the mercy and the perseverance of a devotee. And, Mother Yashoda is trying very hard. And finally, when Krishna sees that Mother Yashoda is very exhausted, Swamatu Swinnagatraya Visrishta Kabarasraja Drishtva Parishramam Krishna Kripaya Seet Swabandhane. Kripaya, out of His causeless mercy. We chant Hare Krishna, mind runs all over the place. We try to hold the mind, it is not possible. The only way our mind can actually become controlled is when with our persistent efforts, someday Krishna becomes pleased and decides to control it on our behalf. On our own, we cannot control this mind. So all we have to do is, with love and devotion, keep on glorifying Krishna by chanting His holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. So in this way, Mother Yashoda was successful in binding Krishna. Some acharyas also explain that as Yashodama is trying very hard, suddenly a very tender, golden-like hand, which was fragrant like a blue lotus, came in between Krishna and Yashodamai and handed her braid strings. And that was Srimati Radharani. And she gave, and then using that, now to Krishna, is like too difficult. So Krishna then agreed to get bound. And then Krishna is bound. Then Mother Yashoda is feeling relaxed. Now at least he will not create any tantrums and everything else. And the beautiful story, all the gopas are hanging around and they are very happy. Maja aaya, maja aaya, maja aaya. ये रोज हमें फंसवाता, आज बंधा, मजा आया. And Krishna is crying tears. कह यार कुछ help कर यार, खोल के दे. And the gopas are dancing and singing in right all around him. And then after making some fun of him, he said, okay, no problem. खोलते हैं, चिंता मत कर. And they tried to untie and it's not working out. नहीं खुल पाया. And that day Balram and Rohini had gone to Upanand's home. So Balram was also not around. So he came a little late. Radhakund Maharaj is explaining. He came and Baldavji looks at Krishna. अरे मेरे भाई को किसने बांधा? And he told, रोते रोते बता रहे कैसे कैसे हो गया भैया, आज पता है बहुत दुविधा हो गई है आज. मदर यशोदा मैया ने बांधा. So he goes to Mother Yashoda inside. Mother Yashoda is churning butter and he says, Balram ji is asking Yashoda, तो ये कन्हैया को क्यों बांधा गया है? So Yashodamai looks up while churning at him. He is tiny. He is also just 4 years old. Because the age difference between, Acharya says, between Krishna and Balram is 1 year. So he's just 4 years old. But they have similar kind of taste. So he said, क्यों, तेरा क्या problem है? कि नहीं, तुम्हें पता है क्या? You do you know who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? Arey, he comes as Ram, he comes as Narsimha, he comes as Kurma, he comes as Vamana, he comes as Matsya. And Yashodama is continuing churning. Tu kaun hai? He said, I am Anant Shesh. I come as Lakshman. I expand as Krishna's paraphernalia, blah, 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 blah. And Mother Yashoda is continuing churning. Then she drops that rope and she puts her hand on her Kardhani and she looks at Balram and she says, Radhakund Maharaj says, इन सब अवतारों को मेरे घर में जन्म लेना था क्या? है? भाग इधर से, वरना तेरे को ही बांध दूंगी. Balram runs away and then tells Krishna, भाई आज कुछ नहीं चल रहा. आज मैया का पारा बहुत ऊपर है. I'll pray for you. May God bless you. Right? I am sympathetic with you, but what can be done? Kaal hai, karma hai, it's like Krishna gave Balram got all kind of philosophy to Krishna. And Krishna is, so all the cowherd boys also running around, playing around. Then Krishna decides to do something more inconceivable. So he looks at these two Arjuna trees, which are there in his courtyard. And I'll end with this. He sees these two Arjuna trees and he starts rolling this ukhal with him. And he tries to pass between those two Arjuna trees and the ukhal gets stuck. Now, Krishna's pastime cannot be understood through physics. Even if you try it, it doesn't work. So Krishna tries to pull. Now, Arjuna trees are such trees which are the last one to get uprooted even in a cyclone. They're very deeply rooted trees, very powerful trees. So Krishna's, ukhal gets stuck between the two Arjuna trees, and Krishna just gives a gentle push, and both these trees fall exactly symmetrically. And Krishna is sitting right in the center. Ukhal doesn't break, the rope doesn't break. Right? If the trees are so powerful, at least one of these two things should break first. Then the trees come out. But that is Krishna. That is not you and me. Right? So Krishna, so these two trees fall. And then these two effulgent demigods, they appear from, these two trees. They circumambulate the Lord. They offer prayers. And then actually, they depart from this world. We don't have time to explain the history of them, but these are the two sons of Kuvera who was cursed by Narada for their inappropriate behavior because of bathing naked in Mandakini Ganga and not offering respects to a great saintly person. Now, from their activities perspective, the two sons of Kuvera were destined to become trees because of what they were doing with their bodies, misusing it. But because Narad Muni intervened, they became trees in Nanda Bhavan. So when Vaishnavas intervene in our life, even our karma begins to help us come closer to Krishna. Our suffering might not reduce or may reduce. That is up to Krishna. But through whatever it is, if Vaishnavas intervene in our life, then we are surely moving towards Krishna. In fact, Krishna actually tells these two sons of Kuvera that actually I have nothing to do with both of you. I came here only for one purpose, because my devotee had desired that you be delivered. Simple. Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what was our qualification that we became devotees? Prabhupada said, you had none. I made yours. So therefore, we should never even become proud of becoming a devotee, because we have become a devotee not because of our own efforts, but because of the compassion and the mercy of another Vaishnavas, and be always grateful. So in this way, these two trees fall, and it is said that Krishna could liberate these two trees while himself being bound. That was the nature of Mother Yashoda's affection. And the Acharyas are explaining that how will Krishna understand the pain of being bound? Therefore, till this time he was playing around in the courtyard, but he never liberated Arjuna trees. But the day he himself was bound, he realized how painful it is to be bound. So when he understood how painful it is to be bound, he could actually become empathic to the misery of these two Arjuna trees. Oh, bechare khade hain, chalo, inka uddhar kar dete. Of course, this is the clause. It's not that Krishna doesn't know anything. But in these sweet pastimes, actually, Krishna, more important than any lessons and anything, actually these pastimes give us an opportunity to get absorbed in Krishna. Because literally, we can't do much in terms of even changing our material situation. This is what we have. This is what we have to live with. We can try and make our most, sincerest of efforts to evade misery. But the most, the complete solution to actually become oblivious to the miseries of material existence or transcend them is, let us begin to absorb our mind and consciousness in Krishna. It could be difficult, but there is no other way also. So let's begin. And there is no other way means it's not like a helpless situation. It's a very glorious situation that we have such a magnanimous Lord who is performing these beautiful pastimes to absorb our minds in Him. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by His causeless mercy, gave us this whole process of chanting Hare Krishna, which has made our life much more easier by remembering Krishna. So let us use our time, energy, consciousness, intelligence for deeply valuing the importance of chanting Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada was once approached by somebody and he asked, Prabhupada, how did you do this? Erect ISKCON, develop so many temples. initiate so many disciples, have so many farm communities. Prabhupada just lifted his bead bag. He said, this is the secret. Chanting Krishna's holy names. Prabhupada he came back to India, and then some people from the business community came and they were talking to Prabhupada and they were intrigued. How did you made from 40 rupees to 40 crore? That's like quite a multiplication. And Prabhupada said, no, I just went and chanted Hare Krishna. And they could not believe. So they asked again, Swamiji, but that is fine, but what exactly you did? Matlab, kahan dala paisa, kaisa develop hua, matlab kaisa? He said, no, I just went and chanted Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada said, I became successful because of my implicit faith in the instructions of my Guru and the potency of chanting Krishna's names. And believe me, we will be able to successfully follow Prabhupada's instructions, his process, if we also try and emulate this path of developing deep faith in chanting Krishna's name and following the instructions of him and his representatives. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
RG Media YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe.